Hey everyone, my name is Dustin. I'm a reporter here at Housing Wire, and today is National Mortgage Brokers Day. Today I have here with me Christopher Griffith, who is the owner of Debt Does Deals. And basically, I'm just going to dive right into it, Christopher. What made you want to be a mortgage broker?
So I'd been in the mortgage business for a little while as a broker, and then I was with a family company called Nationwide Home Loans. It's still in operation in Colorado, and they transitioned from being a broker to Mini-Core and non-del, and then they went full delegated. And after going through that process and seeing the different sides, the different processes, how the consumer was affected in each of those channels, at the end of the day, I had to make a decision, and I decided because of basically three people to become a broker. The first was my consumer. I didn't feel like the retail channel or the captive channels afforded my client the best opportunity for me to hear their needs and motivations and work backwards into their solution. I felt like more of the time, because of the warehouse lines and everything else, that a lot of the time I knew what was best for them even before I heard what they had to say, and I thought that was a little bit problematic. The second reason that I became a broker was for my employees. The retail channel, because of the cost, the bloating, and everything else with the market that we're in nowadays, those cost requirements shouldn't be there, and they really need to pass on to the employees in a lot of different ways, whether it's additional pay, whether it's additional programs, platforms, products, and that make their job easier, but we couldn't quite get there in the retail model. And then the third reason I became a broker was my family. Even though I was a relational type originator, because of the retail model, I often found myself to be more transactional as opposed to relational, which was hugely problematic because I tell every one of you, you're my client for life. You want to get rid of me, you got to fire me, and it's not going to be because I work harder than most to make certain you like me. I'll give everybody a couple reasons to like me eventually.
So what's the most rewarding aspect of actually owning your own brokerage?
The most rewarding aspect of owning my own brokerage.
It's a loaded question.
I know, right? There's so many things that are awesome about it. For me, I'm a planner, but I'm also very much I like to feel things out, so I'll equate this to like hunting, right? If I'm on a trail hunting, I don't want to be in a hunting party unless I'm leading the party, because I don't know what they know about hunting. Okay. And so as a broker, owning my own brokerage now, as the dynamic changes with marketing, with macroeconomics, what's happening within each city and each state and where people are moving to and the trends, I needed to be more nimble, I needed to be more flexible, and this was the best way to do it.
So what makes brokers better?
I would say at the end of the day, the only thing that makes brokers better, absolute, the rest of it has a tendency to fluctuate. The thing that makes a broker better inherently is they're non-captive and are more competitive. Competition always breeds the best success when it's honest competition. With the broker channel, the consumer sees every single thing, every fee, every cost. They see what the broker makes. Nothing's behind the scenes anymore. It's not the same way in the other channels. So what makes brokers better? Competition. Further, if you really want to get into this and you really want to target one thing to say brokers are better, then I'll challenge anyone out there paying attention to this. If you're a vet, take me up on this offer. If there's one program, if there's one loan, if there's one thing that brokers are absolutely better in almost each and every time, I would say 95% plus, it's a VA loan. It's the veterans, taking care of veterans. No one does it better than a broker. No one has all of the optionality that the broker does, whether it's the VA renovation loan, the VA one-time close, a VA repair escrow, whatever the program and product is, brokers can offer all of them, and no longer do veterans have to hear things like, well, we don't do below 620, right?
Sure.
So start to work on that. I started a company actually called Vetted VA that helps buy, Clayton's a part of the group actually. Okay. So I have organized a lot of people who have prominence, placement, and access to help make changes to better the veteran's plight when trying to become a homeowner in the U.S. And they're all in there for the same reason, to provide value without solicitation. It's not a place to go to where you get some BS answer that isn't really accurate simply based off of someone's motivation to sell to you.
What are some of the plights that veterans do face?
Oh, that's a great question. Well, right now, I'd say 6 states have actually identified veterans are discriminated against as a class, a definable class of consumers, so they put protectionisms in there. I've fought for that. I've went out with Rick Betancourt, Lauren, and a few other guys out for NAM, which I'm a part of for their lobbying aspect when it comes to actually supporting the broker. AIM certainly does it better. But I went out there to lobby with them, and they were all lobbying protected class for veterans as they have been for years, and I think that's about to migrate to be more of a proactive CFPB and RESPA pursuit. So on the new loan applications, veterans are going to be asked, are you a veteran? And you put yes, if the CFPB and RESPA will get in and actually pass some anti-steering clauses. Now we'll have a proactive way so that if the veteran does not choose the VA loan, Now they can go in and look at why proactively
Okay.
to prevent vets from being discriminated against, which is their biggest problem. They're told, oh, you don't have enough skin in the game, right?
Okay.
Or I don't know about that VA process, that VA appraisal process, a whole bunch of nonsense that's outdated information, and it causes veterans offers not to receive equal and fair treatment.
So it's something that your brokerage really tries to make sure that they receive all the loans that they need and everything that they need to make sure that they're getting in their homes.
Yeah, absolutely. So the big thing about my brokerage, Debt Does Deals, I fundamentally believe that debt is the currency that actually lifts people up. It's the more powerful currency. It's the more efficient currency. And ultimately, even the wealthy use it nearly exclusively as they obtain money. And so Debt Does Deals, this concept that proliferates in my life, is about understanding the debt instruments that allow for growth opportunity. So optionality is a huge part of that. Commercial loans, non-QM loans, right? All of the whole host of varieties of products out there are what we're looking to offer, so I can truly start with your need and motivation and then work backwards and find the perfect solution as opposed to just telling you what it is.
That's true. So from your on your day-to-day life as a broker, how do you leverage personal branding in your business?
My brand's really me. A lot of people watching this may be able to speak to it. It was something I kind of stumbled into. I make sure my brand is the me version that my grandma appreciates to see socially as well. But I try to make, for one of the big things I do differently is rather than just posting rates or guideline updates or all of these things, a big thing homeowners y'all need to know is how to time the market. What happens that makes a market good? What to watch for. So I do something I call growth indicators.
Okay.
And I tag everything from employment announcements to infrastructure changes to the Trinity River project that they're still working on down here, and all of those updates to try to show people leading indicators that are going to precede change, rapid change. It's going to increase real estate value specifically.
Okay.
So I try to educate to unlock the one key component to, in my opinion, I think that home ownership in the United States, the American dream, still is the lowest common denominator to take a family who's never had wealth and give them the opportunity to achieve it.
Speaking about that, right now, my family, we're immigrants. My family, they actually purchased their first home. They built it from scratch. So the American dream of homeownership is something that they've been working towards. So it's wonderful to be in this industry and to see that happening. Just talking to you right now, just seeing it happening, it's happening all around us. That's awesome.
It is awesome. Where from? If you don't
We're
mind?
Liberian.
Liberian. Very cool.
Yeah.
How long, if you don't mind?
Me and my family moved here when I was a child. So
Okay.
Since 1995, I've been here.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And this was y'all's first home?
Well, my parents, we've been renting apartment to apartment, and my parents, we bought like a modest little house, but my parents have been setting aside money to make sure that they get that dream house that they want. They were finally able to build their home, and actually today they are signing on their home. They're closing, so very excited.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a huge deal.
Yeah.
Home ownership is a massive thing, and a lot of people get stuck in that rental process, especially in the Dallas market where it's flooded with apartments now, right? Which
Definitely.
is a big problem. Affordability started to become an issue for millennials, lower purchase price buyers, and everything else. But that first rung in the ladder, that first house, how much equity did they make from that to help them accomplish this
So much.
dream?
It's exactly what's allowing them to purchase this home. Their equity was everything. You have your job, but you also have your equity, and they're happy. It's awesome.
So for all you people out there that are thinking, hey, we aren't for sure if we want these migrants or immigrants or whether it's a DACA client or whomever else, your argument is you don't necessarily want them to be able to buy and access these loan type programs because you don't think it's fair, and your argument ultimately hinges upon you not wanting them to be a liability to your taxpayer dollars. You know the fastest way around that? Let them buy a house. Home ownership is the thing that achieves the largest chunk of equity most Americans, most people run into more often than not. And it ultimately is the thing that helps you accomplish your dream so long as you're able to get on that first rung of the ladder, right?
So I know you mentioned millennials are buying apartments. How do you and your business personally market towards millennials that are trying to have homes?
I put a lot of unicorns and snowflakes in my memes.
Okay.
One, so I like to get their
unicorns.
attention. Everyone's offended by the snowflake. Like, I'm a millennial. Like, I'm a snowflake. I'm incredibly unique. There's not going to be another one like me, I assure you, and I don't melt. So, but I try to approach them in the ways that they need to be approached. So like I taught the other day, I had a post that said, imagine trying to win at Monopoly while never buying a property.
That's true.
You're going to pass go, get $200, get taxed as you go along the way, and you're going to get taken out of the game. And buying a house is kind of the same thing. If you don't, you get behind on it. I think I missed part of your question.
It's okay. So what tools do you use normally to automate marketing for your business?
So that one's a little bit difficult.
Okay.
I don't do a ton of automation of marketing because so much of it's about branding. And when I think I see a lot of the brokers out there and the business owners that want to find a way to automate marketing, to automate this thing that ultimately is your voice. Marketing's your voice. It's your opportunity to step up to the microphone and say something unique. And if you want to automate that, then the first thing I would question is, do you have anything unique to say? Because I don't think Anthony Casa would have grown AIM automating marketing. I don't think Matt Ishbia would have grown United just simply automating marketing. There's certainly functions for automation to marketing, and I specifically, when we use it, we target our past clients, but it's not just your typical, hey, here are the things you need to check for to winterize your house. It's a video of me talking to them about their individual real estate market or their house or a new valuation report. It's specific. If you want to automate marketing, I would say that go ahead and do that, but make certain that your target is so laser focused and defined that when someone sees your ad, they're not just going to scroll past it because it's some random marketing thing they don't care about anymore. You have to be specific. You got to be Chick-fil-A. How many of us drive to Chick-fil-A on Sunday to get that chicken and pickle and then are heartbroken when we get there? I've been out there so many times, but people go there specifically for certain things, and that's what people need to focus on with their marketing. Who are you talking to? Who's your audience? What do you really have to offer that's unique and valuable? And if it can be automated completely, then you have to ask yourself, really, are you doing anything different?
So what are you doing different at your business?
I coach people and I talk to people about what I think is true, and that is the home is the lowest common denominator to achieving true wealth, new wealth in America. I use something called a 5-year VA house hustle, a 5-year approach to home ownership. In Colorado, I bought a place for $332, sold it 5 years later for $810.
Okay.
Right? That's
Turnaround.
crazy.
That's great.
Bought a house up here on the lake, $742. It appraised for $945, and I've got 3 insurance companies not wanting to cover it for less than $1.4 million right now. So one thing I try to show people through mentioning books, there's a book out there for all of y'all watching called Emerging Real Estate Markets by a guy named David Lindahl. And he's going to talk about different various market cycles and the shift and how it goes from one class to the next, multifamily, single-family housing, storage, like the whole cycle, what it looks like, and then you can begin to see it around you. And once you understand what the tide function looks like are you a boater by any chance?
I'm not, but tell me about it.
When you're launching a boat in the ocean, and I say a boat because it's not going to be a ship, if you're launching a boat in the ocean, you need to know what the tide charts look like, or you're going to have a really hard time. You may be able to get your boat in at the right time, but if you try to pull it out at the wrong tide, you're going to have a difficult time because there's water's going to be too low, water's going to be too high, right? It's just not going to function. Buying real estate, purchasing in real estate, it's so much easier to make money when you understand what the market's doing and you can time those fundamentals right. You can invest in a down market and a dying market and certainly still make money, but there's a lot less options.
Hey guys, we're back live again. I'm sorry about that, but I'm going to hop right back into it. So Chris, what tools do you best use to automate your business?
So a lot of the time, marketing automation is one of those things where if you're going to automate it, make sure you're using original content, because how many of y'all like doing your email clean out in the morning? I went through 500 emails yesterday, and then like 2 of them in there mattered, right? If you're going to market to people and you're going to automate it, make it specific, make it you, make it original, give them some value. Don't just send them garbage because some check in the box said if you send people garbage, you'll have business to do. So when it comes to automating my marketing, my team, they tell me, hey, we need this video. We need you to talk to these people, say this thing, and it gives me an idea of how to, or it gives me an opportunity to approach them in a unique way that's not just going to be swiped left or scrolled up, and kind of passed over.
So I heard you mention video. So what type of video marketing do you use?
I've tried BombBomb. I've used BombBomb. Certainly an effective tool. What I find to be the best is you always want to market where your consumer is.
Okay.
I'm on Facebook like crazy because my consumers are on there. Like I may honestly miss an email from you, right? Your text messages, I'll probably get and everything else, but no one ignores you on Facebook. Like you all want to be on Facebook and you don't want to have that weird message number 1 up there indicating that you're ignoring someone. I use video exclusively on Facebook and in groups to inform people of certain laser-focused things, right? So I'm targeting that. I try to keep it shorter. I'll do anywhere from a 30-second to a 2-minute, she's laughing, to a 20-minute version, like the sermon version of whatever I'm going to say. And I try to keep the topics down and kind of smaller if I can. But
So what's been your best social post to date?
Best social post today? I would say it depends on what you define best as.
Okay, well list the ones that you're extremely proud of.
Oh, proud of. I've had posts with thousands of comments, which are cool. They teach me a lot about some patterns that are coming up. I've had posts that generate tons and tons of leads and money, and I refer out leads to a lot of the people that are going to be watching this right now. They're all organic, by the way, and y'all know that because you pick up the phone and they're like ready to rock. But I would say here lately, the best post that I've had, 2 days ago we did with Lab Coat Agents. It's a 100,000 member realtor predominant audience on Facebook. We did a Zoom call that Tristan and Nick, with the owners of that site, set up. We did a live Facebook Zoom to discuss the veteran plight, the difficulties they had oftentimes because of the listing agents and the sellers they were encountering. And the following day, a lady put a message up on there, and I could show it to you probably, but I'll just summarize it. She basically just said, y'all's video is awesome. I watched this today, or watched this yesterday. Later that night, I sat down with my seller who had 3 offers in front of her. I reviewed everything y'all told me about the VA loan, and she put hashtag seller chose the veteran.
So it's really about personal connection with your marketing.
It is. It's about connecting with people, offering value, and try to show them the heart behind it, like why I'm trying to do it. Everybody can make money doing something, and everyone's job's important, right? But if you can't connect with somebody, then they're not going to trust you. They're not going to believe you. And more than anything, I want to help a person get where they want to go. I don't care to be the benefactor of them getting there.
Okay.
And for those that are willing to do that out there, I would say those are the posts that you're going to have that are going to touch hearts and minds the strongest. And if you're lucky, then you'll be able to actually be a catalyst for change, the change you hope for. So just like that one Zoom led to that one veteran getting an offer, like that might not be one, right? That might just not be very many. It's just one person. But man, if we all do that at the end of the day, we can actually make a difference. So for me, the posts, the comments, the things that actually cause something to change, those are the ones that matter the most.
Liz Eklund said, awesome. Is there anything else that we can add into this conversation? It's been a great one so far.
Let's see. I would say Des caught it, for one. Des caught it. Right? That's the first. Are you a Cowboys fan?
I can be, yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what I would say to add to this is, for anyone out there watching this, today is National Mortgage Brokers Day. It's been a great day. A lot of people ask me, they say, y'all really have a National Mortgage Broker Day? I'm like, yeah.
Everything needs a day. We all deserve a day.
We don't have a parade yet, but we're working on it. Today is happening. The growth in this channel is happening for one reason and one reason only. The consumer's winning, and they're winning consistently. If you're a consumer out there and looking, test me. See why the consumer wins consistently in the independent mortgage broker channel. Get a second quote from them. Don't just settle for USAA or Navy Fed or any of these other big banks that have names and big lights that attract you just as, sorry, made that noise. Probably should have bug zap you. But don't just follow the light. Follow the content. Talk to the people on it. Test this out. Brokers are better because of competition. It's not too hard to get a second estimate on what you're doing. It's growing for a reason. Become a part of the movement if you're on the retail side too. You'll love it.
We're live from Housing Wire headquarters.
Oh, we are live from Housing Wire headquarters.
I work like 4 feet away.
and I actually met you for the first time like months ago.
Yeah.
Right? We were talking about something. I had some ideas. You had some ideas.
Here we are.
I know.
Working
right?
together.
Clayton Collins and everyone down here, y'all do an exceptional job. I use y'all's content a lot to trigger and show the consumers and the people in my market some of the indicators, the growth indicators that are coming up that are going to affect change to not only themselves, their employment possibilities, but more importantly, the value of their property and how those things may grow. So y'all keep it up.
Well,
we
that
love what you do.
Makes me very happy to hear. I know our editorial team works very hard each day to bring you guys that news, so it's nice to see it actually face-to-face in person that people are consuming what we're saying. So thank you so much.
Is Clayton the first one in the office normally?
Yes. He's a very hard worker.
Just checking.
Yeah, he's the first one. Well, thank you, everyone. My name is Ilsena Lloyd. Once again, I'm a reporter here at Housing Wire, and we are live here at Housing Wire today to celebrate National Mortgage Brokers Day. Thank you again.
Awesome.